What is up, Squared Nation? Welcome back to No Counters, No Combos, and today we're back in the Battle Chamber. Quick shout out to Level 1 Games. This is me and Nick right now playing a Wish Gohan mirror match. Level 1 Games is a new local shop that's opened up here in the northern Jersey area, and they were kind enough to let us record some footage from that week's tournament. Now, I do apologize for the glare, but that is a Wish Gohan leader. So we are playing a mirror match, but I guarantee you the decks are built differently. I believe Nick is playing a blue-yellow variant, and I'm playing a blue-red variant. So I do apologize for the glare, but I'll walk you through everything as best as I possibly can. We're going to be bringing you a full match today because Level 1 Games does best of 3 for their local formats, so it's 3 games, siding, all that jazz. So this is going to be a longer video. Kudos to you that stayed till the end to watch both games. But if you just want to watch the first game and dip, then that's totally fine. We're just trying to get some gameplay out for you guys so you can see, some interactions from set 5 and how cards work. And, siding is a big deal. And, in celebration for the first national tournament coming up this weekend, I figured why not do a best of 3 and showcase it. So that's what we're doing today. I know it's been a while since I've posted, but this was taking me quite some time to edit. It's a much longer video than I'm used to editing, and it's much more of the commentary that we're doing for such a longer video. So Nick's going to start by charging the blue Desire card for Gohan. So it's going to give him 1 blue energy, and he's going to play Successor of Hope, adding his Bardock to hand. Now, I have tried the blue-yellow variants with the Wish Gohan leader, but I personally wasn't having as much success with it as I wanted to. So I figured I'd try something different. So as you can see, Nick is playing his first Dragon Ball, giving him a draw 1, playing his second Dragon Ball, and giving him another draw, so he's got 2 Dragon Balls that he's already played. And we all know once you get 7 Dragon Balls in the drop area, you can meet your wish condition and flip over to your second side. So I'm going to start off by charging my red energy, tapping it to play Faithful Lackey Mai. What she does is when she's played, she searches for a Dragon Ball and adds it from deck to hand. So it's not too bad. It's a tutor for a Dragon Ball, which, obviously you want to get as many Dragon Balls into the drop area as possible to meet your wish requirement so you can flip over to your backside. So the good thing about the Gohan leaders, when he attacks, you can search for a Dragon Ball from either life or deck, add it to hand, and he gains 5k. So he does pressure on the unwished side. So we're going to do that here. We're going to attack. We're going to look through the life first, because the good thing about Mai is you get to look through the entire deck and see exactly how many Dragon Balls you have in the deck, so that you can make your choices wisely. The earlier you take them out of life, the better, because it gives you more defensive plays towards the end of the game, because you don't want to put yourself down to a low life total or take life late in the game to get your Dragon Balls. So I'm going to play 2, draw 2, play a third Dragon Ball. So that gives me 3 in the drop area, which is great. A 0-cost extra card that allows you to draw is ridiculous, and we're going to pass to Nick here. So it's going to go charge. It's going to charge that Battering, giving him 1 yellow and 1 blue energy. And I'm expecting the Bardock play here. So he's going to tap 1, play the Bardock, take a life. Oh, tap 1, play the Bardock, take a life. Exactly, yeah. And then he's going to attack into my leader. Let's see if I decide to counter. No counter. Obviously, I'm tapped out. So he's going to play the Unyielding to restand his yellow energy. And I'm just going to take that damage, I believe, putting me down to 6 life total. And here comes the swap. Goten. So it's still viable. Swap is still very viable. I do believe Harudegarn swap is going to be probably one of the stronger decks in the format. But the Bardock Goten engine is just really powerful because you can look at so many cards and just filter your plays that way. So he's going to attack into my leader with his Goten. He's going to put the Gotens at the bottom of the deck. So he shuffled, which, if I remember correctly, happened a few times, and I just didn't take notice of it during the game. Kind of just let it go, but that is not the proper play. It is supposed to just Goten is just supposed to put the 2 remaining cards at the bottom of the deck in any order. You're not supposed to shuffle. So he's going to finish his battle. I'm just going to combo that Mai so I don't take the damage. And he's going to attack me with his leader, activating the auto to search for a Dragon Ball from his life, shuffle his life pile, and put it back. And like I said, when Gohan attacks, he does gain that 5k boost, so it's a 15k attacker into my 10k leader. So let's see if I decide to... see if he decides to combo anything. No combos, it looks like. 15 to 10. And should be able to... no, I'm still one card short to activate my Sparking Super Combo, so I'm just going to take that and go down to 5 life. He's going to play another Dragon Ball for free. Draw a card. Tap the 1 yellow to play the Bardock, putting himself down to, it looks like 3 or 4 life. So it's risky, you know, putting yourself down that early, but we'll see how it plays out. So he's going to attack me with his Bardock. No counters. He's going to play a Senzu Bean to untap the yellow, giving him a 15k attacker. And I'm just going to snap take that damage, putting me down to 4. Going to swap in another Goten, putting Bardock back in hand. Attack me with the Goten. Look at top 3, put 1 in hand, 2 at the bottom. And you're going to see the misplay of shuffling after the Goten, which again, I'm pretty sure it happens throughout the match, but I just never noticed it while I was playing, so that's my bad, not paying attention to my opponent's interactions, but it really didn't make anything detrimental in the game, or in the match rather. I just kind of let it go. This was a local tournament, you know, we were already in the later rounds, so, you know, teammate against teammate, I kind of just let it go. I did remind him later on, but, you know, it had been, you know, progressed through the match already pretty good, so it looks like I comboed that Videl to go up to 15k to not take damage from the Goten. I'm already at 4 life, so I'm, you know, it's turn 2, or not even, it's his second turn. I haven't even charged my second energy yet. I'm already down to 4 life, so he's just going to pass. I'm going to draw, untap, charge. Let's see what I decide to charge here. I'm going to charge a Dimension Magic, which gives me 1 red and 1 blue energy, and we're going to go off to the races here. I believe I have 3 Dragon Balls in the drop area, so we just need to get 4 more to meet our wish condition. Let's see exactly. That's exactly probably what I'm doing, is just counting Dragon Balls at this point. So I got 1 red, 1 blue. I'm going to tap the red here to play Oolong's Desire card, which is a 1 red energy. You target a battle card on your opponent's side of the field, minus 5k power, and draw a card. So it's not too bad because you can make things tiny and just run over them. So I targeted his Goten, putting him at 5k, and then swing leader into Goten, look through the deck for a Dragon Ball, and unless he decides to combo out, that Goten is pretty much dead at this point, because you'd have to waste 3 cards? You'd have to waste 3 cards to save that Goten, unless he decides to use a super combo on it, but I guess that is what he's debating at this point. I am going to activate the Senzu Bean to untap my red energy, putting me at a grand total of a 20k. So that Goten's just going to die. So I'm back up at 1 red, 1 blue. I've got enough cards in drop to activate my sparking abilities for my super combos. We're going to play a Dragon Ball here to draw a card. We're going to tap 2, 1 red, 1 blue. We're going to play Oolong, which is a 15k attacker. And its effect is if I have the Desire card in the drop area, I get to draw 2 cards. So we're going to play that Dragon Ball to draw another card. And this is why I like this blue-red combo, because it just draws a lot of cards, filters through your deck, allows you to get your Dragon Balls. And I just like it. I think it's spicy. I think it's cute. Nobody's really focusing too much on the red cards, so why not? So we're going to attack Oolong into Goten. We're going to give him an Unyielding to untap the blue. And then we're going to give him a Senzu Bean, making him a 25k attacker into the Goten and restanding our energy again so we can further extend our plays. So this is kind of like the poor man's version of swap because I have my 2-drop Oolong there that attacks for 15k and draws me 2 cards when I play him, so it's not too bad. So we're going to play another Oolong, draw 2 more cards, another 15k body on board. I've drawn so many cards at this point. Just digging for those Dragon Balls. So 15k into leader. Let's see if Nick decides to negate. He does have energy up. He can play counters. But at this point, I'm pretty sure he's going to want to save himself, because he's going to want to be able to search. So I'm just going to slap that Videl on board. She's a free blocker, just pass turn. So the good thing about set 5 is set 5 introduced counter cards that can be played essentially for free without tapping an energy. So you're not really putting yourself in a bad spot by tapping out, especially if you're playing the blue counter because it restands 2 energy. So I have a blocker on board. He's playing Storm or Swap. There's not really much removal in the main board, so he's just going to have to attack over my stuff, and, to get to that point where he's going to strike for lethal. So he's going to charge that second Bad Ring, which in most cases, yellow players are only playing 2 in the main board. So seeing this as his opponent, I've kind of assumed that I'm not going to be getting countered too much moving forward. So he is going to attack me with his Gohan Searches Dragon Ball. I am going to go ahead and negate that attack by playing Dimension Magic for free, taking a life and untapping 2 energies, which just sets me back up with 1 blue and 1 red energy to continue playing my defensive turn here. So he's going to add that Dragon Ball to his hand. He should be at around 4 Dragon Balls in drop area right now. He's going to play the Dragon Ball to draw a card. See exactly what he does here moving forward. He's got 2 yellow energies active and 1 blue. He's going to tap the 1 yellow to play Dragon Radar, which essentially just is a draw 2 if you choose to do the Dragon Ball effect, because it gets 2 Dragon Balls from your drop area, put them in your hand, you just play them again to draw 2. So the other effect of Dragon Radar is you could look at the top 7 cards and add either 2 Dragon Balls or a Desire card. Or is it 1 Dragon Ball and 1 Desire? I'm not exactly sure on the number of Dragon Balls, but it's a pretty good filter card. It's versatile. And if you're playing a Wish Leader, you should probably play maybe 2 of the Dragon Radars. So he's going to play the Blue Desire card for Gohan, which restands him. Now the good thing about Gohan's effect is it's not once per turn and it does stack. His effect activates every time he attacks. So he's attacking me again, so he's going to proc his auto. It's going to give him another 5k, so he's going to be a 20k attacker, and he's going to be able to search another Dragon Ball. So right now he's swinging 20 into my leader, activating the auto to search Dragon Ball from his deck, which I think is going to give him 5 or 6 at this point. He's still 1 off from activating his wish. I think that's what he's trying to confirm here. But I do like the Desire play because what it does is gives you a Desire in your drop area. So when you meet your wish requirement, there's a card that you can add back. And I think it's called Righteous Justice is the card. It's one of the better wishes. Because it's one of the better Desire cards because it does untap your leader. So he's going to combo Unyielding to untap a blue, then combo a Senzu Bean to untap a yellow. So he should be at a 30k swing right now. I'm going to play a Senzu Bean to go up to 15. I'm definitely going to have to combo some more cards. So that's 25, draw a card for super combo. That's 35, draw a card for super combo. So I do survive that attack, and I'm beamed up for the rest of the turn. Which isn't too bad because if he decides to make any more pushes, he's going to have to over-combo to do damage. So he's going to play another Dragon Ball here, draw a card. He's going to check his drop area to see and confirm the number of Dragon Balls that he has, which I believe is 6, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm counting right, if I'm doing the right math, I believe there's 6 Dragon Balls in the drop area. So he's got 1 more that he's got to get so he can meet his wish requirement. He's going to tap a yellow here, play a Bardock, which is taking him down to 2 life because he's digging for that Dragon Ball, which is it's 3 life. Okay, yeah, so it's 3 life. It's not too bad because he's even with his opponent. You kind of want to stay within range of your opponent. You don't want to go overboard. Put yourself down to a low life total too early. So he's gonna swing with the Bardock into my leader, play the Unyielding to untap a yellow, giving him 15k power. I'm just gonna play another Senzu Bean, putting me up at 20 for the rest of the turn, saving myself from taking any damage. So he is going to swap in a Goten off of that Bardock, attack my leader, top 3 for a card, 1 in hand, 2 at the bottom. Let's see what he decides. You don't have to show your opponent, so we're pretty much not going to see it on camera. So he's going to put 2. Again, he's going to shuffle. That is a misplay. Remember, you do not shuffle when you activate Goten. You just put them at the bottom of the deck in any order. There's no shuffle. So again, it's alright. It's no big deal. It is what it is at this point. But again, it's a local tournament. It was the 3rd round. We weren't in range for topping. And it's just a friendly at this point between 2 teammates. So I didn't really make a big stink out of it, especially because it was my fault I wasn't paying attention. So let's see if he decides to combo up into this Goten, because he is only sitting at 10k and my leader's at 20. No, he decides not to. Just wanted to get that extra card. So he's going to pass turn. I'm going to draw. We're both sitting at 3 life. I'm going to charge my third energy for the turn here. Let's see what color. I'm going to charge a red Kaba. We're going to untap everything and go off to the races here. I like playing Kaba in this deck because it does give me a double striker late game for 1 energy, which isn't too bad. You're playing an aggressive deck, but, you know, swinging for lethal at the end of the game is really effective. So we're going to tap that 1 energy to play Trusted Lackey Mai, which is going to allow us to search that Dragon Ball from the deck to the hand. So we should be close. That should be our 6th Dragon Ball, if I'm not mistaken. So let's see how we sequence this turn out here. Looks like there's a good amount of cards in hand. We're going to play the Dragon Ball to draw a card. I believe that's going to give us 6 in drop, if not 7. I could be mistaken. So we're going to play another red energy to play. It's going to be a 1-drop, so it's going to be either Kaba or it's the Wish. So we're going to do that again. We're going to minus Goten 5k, put the Desire card in the drop draw card. So Mai is going to swing into Goten 5k to 5k. Let's see if Nick decides to counter that attack. It doesn't look like looks like he might be debating on whether he's going to counter or not. He's going to play a Nimbus, discard a Bardock. So that means I can attack with 1 more battle card and my leader saving his Goten. Let's see. We're going to go Oolong into Goten to 15k to 5k. Now, he did negate with Nimbus, which is okay. But we're going to play the Unyielding to untap a red, giving us 20k. And at that point, it would be super minus to save that Goten, because you're going to be using too many resources out from hand to save him. So just let him die at that point. Now we're going to tap another red energy to play. Oop, not that Kaba. We don't want to play the Kaba right now. We're going to play another Trusted Lackey Mai to search the deck for our final Dragon Ball, if my math is right. Add it to hand. And this is why I like these Dragon Ball Seeker cards. You know, yellow has Sorbet, red has Mai, black has Bulma, but she sends it to the drop area. I prefer going into the hand because then you can just use it to draw. So if you're going to do it that way, there really only is the red or the yellow Sorbet, and then the red is the Mai. So we're going to add the Dragon Ball to the hand. We still have 1 blue energy open. We're going to play the Dragon Ball to draw a card. And we got a pretty decent board setup. We do have the free blocker. We still have the Oolong, which is a 15k attacker, so it does swing for damage. And the only downside to playing a Wish leader, in my opinion, is the fact that you cannot awaken until you have the 7 Dragon Balls in the drop area. So the problem with that is you know, if your opponent awakens before you, or if they're playing 15k battle cards, they're going to be able to swing at you, and you're really going to have a tough time defending it. So, aside from Shenron, because Shenron is the best Wish leader in the format right now at this point, because it can just search the balls so quickly, I do think Gohan would be the second best Wish leader, just because his effect himself allows you to search a Dragon Ball. But there is definitely no better way of searching Dragon Balls than the Dragon Ball / Shenron leader, because you want to get them as fast as possible. So I do see, you know, Wish leaders having quite some trouble with aggressive decks or aggro decks, because it's tough, you know, especially a deck that can muster critical, like a set 1 Vegeta or Lord Slug. All that critical damage is going to be tough for them to handle. So we do have the 7 Dragon Balls in the drop area. We are going to activate our Wish. We're going to add a Desire back to our hand. We choose Oolong, the Oolong Desire card. And let's see how we decide to sequence this out. Once you're on your Wish side, you have 3 different effects, which it looks like we activated the leader's effect to draw. You can once per turn draw a card. You can once per turn play a Desire from your hand without paying its paying its energy cost. Or you can use your ultimate skill by banishing, 7 Dragon Balls from your drop area and activating its ultimate skill. Gohan's ultimate skill is that he restands 3 energies and he gains 15,000 power and critical for the duration of the turn. Now, just do remember, when you're playing a Wish Leader, if you choose to activate its ultimate skill at the end of the turn, you do go back to your unawakened side. So just keep that in mind. Those Wish effects or those ultimate effects are really only for when you're going to push for game, because you don't want to lose that extra 5k combo, that extra 5k power on your base, on your base text there. So I'm just going to pass turn here. Nick's already drawn, charges energy. He's got 2 blue active, and he's got the 2 yellow energies. He's tapped 1 to play Dragon Radar to draw 2 cards. He's tapping a blue to play Monaka. Now, Monaka is very interesting with the Gohan leader because it gives it double strike for the remainder of the turn. And with Righteous Justice, you can restand your Gohan leader and just continue to attack for double strike. So it is a good card to use with this specific leader. In testing, I didn't find it to be that, game breaking, so I chose to forego that card. But it is something, pretty good if you can get it to be consistent for you. So right now, Gohan is sitting at 15k double strike. He's going to attack me to search for his Dragon Ball here. And we're going to see what happens. I believe that's his last Dragon Ball. So that's the 7th Dragon Ball he needs to meet his wish condition to awaken. But right now, he's swinging 15k double strike into me. So if he decides to combo, it might be a little... So he's super combo, draw cards. So he's sitting at 25k double strike. Sensu Bean to untap. So he's going to untap a blue energy. So we're sitting at 30,000 power double strike here. And let's see, is he going to combo up any more? I'm sitting at 3 life, so I have quite a decision to make here. At this point, you would either have to combo out, especially if you have a good enough hand, or you'd have to just take the damage. So let's see what... I think he might be deciding if he's going to continue to combo or not. Doesn't look like he has a good hand total as far as that is concerned, but I do believe he has 7 Dragon Balls in the drop area. So we're going to combo here. See what cards we decide to combo, because you're sitting at 15, 25, 30,000 power double strike. He's got 5 cards in hand. I'm just going to take that 2 damage, putting myself down to 1, which is risky at this point, but we're going to see what happens. Might not want to use too many resources and survive other later turns or later attacks. So we'll see what happens, because obviously, knowing that he's probably going to wish this turn because he's got the 7 Dragon Balls in the drop area, most likely he's going to play a Desire card to restand his leader. So he's going to play another Dragon Radar. He's going to look at the top 7. He's missing 1 Dragon Ball. That's what it is. He's missing 1 Dragon Ball. So he's going to look at the top 7 cards here to see if he can add his last Dragon Ball to his hand. And he gets it. Okay, great. So he does get his last Dragon Ball off of that Dragon Radar. Just for 1 energy, you can look at the top 7 cards. It's really, really good. So he's got that last Dragon Ball in his hand now. And you're going to, after you shuffle it and cut, you're definitely playing that card. It's a +1 that's going to put you in your wish range. So let's see how he decides to sequence his turn here. And throw that Dragon Radar on the drop. Such a good card. Such a good card. Get them while you can. I hear that they're going up in price very quickly. You definitely want to get your hands on them as soon as you possibly can. So he's going to play his last Dragon Ball, drawing another card here. And obviously he's meeting his wish requirement with the 7 balls in the drop area. And when you do wish, you get to add a Desire card from your drop pile to your hand. So we're just going to confirm here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Dragon Balls. Boom. Gucci. Good to go. He's going to add the Desire to his hand, flip his leader over. And like I said, with the leader's ability to be able to play a Desire card for free from your hand without paying its energy cost, it could be pretty detrimental, especially because this specific Desire card restands your leader. And remember, he does have double strike for the rest of the turn. But because he wished, his backside is now our new card, he loses that double strike. You got to remember, those skills do not carry over when you awaken. That was established a long time ago in set 2 with the Vegeta leader. That double strike does not carry over. So if he wants to give this Gohan leader double strike, he's going to have to play another Monaka. We'll see what he decides to do here. At this point, he's going to want to push for game. Because I only have 1 life left. This is exactly what he does. He plays 1 more Monaka, draws a card, giving his leader double strike for the remainder of the turn. Now, he's already attacked. Leader's in rest mode, so there's really only one other way. There's one way he can restand him, and that's by using the Desire card. out of his hand. He doesn't have the energy for it, so he's going to have to use the leader's ability to play the desire card for free. Otherwise, it's just a wasted Monaka unless he really just wanted to draw a card. So let's see what he decides to do here. He decides to activate the leader's ability to draw. Very interesting. Knowing that he had the desire card in his hand, could have very easily just used it to restand his leader. Let's see what happens. He's going to pass to me. I'm going to draw, untap. My board is pretty flooded with some battle cards here. So it's just a matter of sequencing the turn right, and I could possibly win. He only has a blue energy up, so he doesn't have enough to play Bad Ring Laser, so I'm confident that nothing is going to get negated. Now, you do run into a situation where if you're only going to swing for 1 damage, he could play a Sensu Bean to untap his yellow energy and get it open for Nimbus, but let's see how this plays out. So as you can see, I charged the Mafuba because at this point, at this juncture late in the game, there really is no point to keep Mafuba in my hand because it's either going to be this turn or next turn that the game is over. And playing against 1-2 swap, there's not really any viable Mafuba targets. I mean, if you're desperate and you want to stop a Goten, you could do it. But, you know, it's one of those cards that it's okay if you charge it, especially if you're playing 2 copies. So right now we're sitting at 4 energy, 2 red, 2 blue, checking through his drop area to see what cards he's got left. Defensive cards, you know, as far as super combos are concerned, Sensu Bean, stuff like that. So we're going to play the 1 red energy to play Dragon Radar, which is essentially just going to give us a draw 2, because we're going to search the Dragon Balls out of the drop area, just to filter through more cards. We haven't activated any leader abilities just yet, which you have 2 options. You can play or you have 3 options, essentially. So we're going to tap 2 energies for another Oolong. The card is so good, draw 2 cards, giving us another 15k attacker on board. We're going to activate the ultimate skill from the leader by banishing 7 Dragon Balls from the drop area. It's going to restand 3 of our energies and give our leader 15,000 power, plus 15,000 power, and critical. So it's going to be a 30k crit attacker, and we just restood our energy. But if we don't win at the end of this turn, it's going to go back to its front side. So let's see exactly how we sequence these turns here so we can assure ourselves the victory. But we're just going to swing here. Attack. We're just going to go all in. 30k crit to leader. He's got 2 life left. No counters. And here goes the combo play. We're going to tap a 1 energy to... Oh, and that's it. That's got to be it. You're sitting at 40k, double strike critical, super combo to draw. 50k, yeah. He's going to scoop. He's going to concede here. And it looks like he was planning on me not having the double strike Supreme Kai, so he can play the Sensu Bean on the 1 attack and survive, and then restand that yellow energy for his Nimbus for the next attack. But the cookie does not crumble that way. We're able to get game 1 here by shotgunning into our leader, getting up to almost an astronomical amount of damage, stopping the game at 50k, double strike critical with just 2 cards. So, you guys all know Gohan is my favorite character in the entire series, so having a Wish leader that's pretty decent and viable in this format is going to be a lot of fun for me, especially because I always try playing Gohan leaders at some point or other in the meta. So that was game 1. We were able to take it with the red-blue variant, and we're going to go into game 2 here. I don't think there's going to be any siding involved, just simply because of the fact that it's not really... I know personally when my side deck was built, I didn't really build it for Wish leaders. I built it just for everything else in the format. Like my sideboard consisted of Cronoas and Black Masayan and Dende and Kami, just stuff to be able to stop the field, because you have a pretty decent matchup against Wish leaders because it's kind of the same strategy, but you're just a little more aggressive with your attacks because your leader is the one that's going to be pushing for damage and pressure and searching the Dragon Balls at the same time. So we just chose not to side, and we're just going to go right into game 2, and we're going to see who is able to pull this one out here. Game 2, Gohan Mirror, red-blue versus blue-yellow. Me personally, I built this deck originally as a blue-yellow, but I was playing against my teammate Enrique, just playtesting, and he was playing his deck, and I lost pretty convincingly, which completely turned me off from the idea of playing blue-yellow. So I decided to just revamp the entire deck and play it blue-red, which in testing on Untap, it was having some success, but in actuality, it does get hurt by a lot of decks. I did play in this tournament. I went up against a mono blue Soul Striker deck, which I had a lot of problems with because it was just too much to overcome. The defensive tactics and all the combo cards, it was just not fun. I did have a tough time going up against Cell Chain Androids as well. That was another tough matchup because you build up all this huge hand advantage, and then Cell just comes down and rips you down to 3 cards. It's devastating because it's tough because it's a combo deck, so you need as many pieces in your hand as possible. But anyway, let's get right into the game here. I've already played a significant amount of Dragon Balls in the drop area just on turn 1, so you can kind of see where this is going to be going. Just charge the 1 energy to play the Desire to draw another card, and pass to Nick. He's going to charge his yellow, play 2 Dragon Balls right off the rip here, and we're just going to get the ball rolling. In my opinion, okay, so that's definitely the better play in my opinion. Playing the Grandpa Gohan because it doesn't kill you, and then going into the Goten. So he's going to go off and do his turn here, attack, look at the top 3, do his shenanigans. In my opinion, when you're playing with a Wish Leader, opening hand is very, very important. If you're playing, with the Wish Leaders, you want to try to open as many Dragon Balls as possible. The reason being is you don't want to charge them in life. You don't have to drag out, the process of searching them and playing them and so on and so forth. So I usually hard mulligan for as many Dragon Balls as I can, or for a way to get a Dragon Ball. So in my specific build, it would be Dragon Balls or Mai. If I can get Lackey, favorite Lackey Mai, and just have her for turn 1, that's a Dragon Ball for me. So that's what I recommend if you guys are trying these Wish Leaders out. Of course, if you're playing Shenron, it's completely different because Shenron can search 2 balls a turn. It's ridiculous. But if you're trying something new or you're trying something different and you're not playing Shenron leader, definitely want to hard mulligan for as many Dragon Balls as you possibly can. So it looks like I take the damage from Goten, going down to 7. He's going to play the successor to add the Bardock, so he can have an alternative play for next turn. He still has his leader attack, which is going to search him another Dragon Ball. He's already got 2 in the drop area. So we're going to see how much further he extends this play here. So going to attack my leader with his leader, activate the ability, plus 5k, search life for a Dragon Ball. Boom! He just throws that Dragon Ball on the board there. Looks like he's just checking his life just to confirm how many Dragon Balls in actuality there are in his life pile, which is the worst scenario you can possibly have. The last thing you want is to have all of your Dragon Balls in the life pile because you have to get them in order to meet your wish condition, and you're essentially killing yourself because your life total is crucial in survivability in this game. So that's the balancing effect that it has. So he plays the other Dragon Ball. Draws a card, passes. I'm going to untap my red here and see what I said charge. Am I going to go red? Well, red-blue. That's definitely what you want to do. You want to try to get a red turn 1 and then just get a blue turn 2. It's going to turn on most of your defensive cards. We're not really playing any offensive blue cards, so we're going to tap the red for the Desire, giving Goten minus 5k, drawing a card. Attack leader into Goten. Search life for a Dragon Ball. Let's see. Boom. The other thing, too, which I find interesting, is when you're searching for Dragon Balls, you can search both areas. You can search your life, and if you fail to find your life, you can search through your deck. I see where that can kind of be a little detrimental. I think it should just be one area or the other. Being able to just have that much knowledge as to what is in your life total just for free is ridiculous. But I digress. It is what it is. We're going to play the Oolong to draw 2 cards here, because Oolong is the MVP of this deck, having already searched the Dragon Ball off of the leader. just to have more cards in hand. We're going to attack. Nick's going to take it. Pass turn. See what he decides to charge. He's going to go charge blue, so he's got a blue-yellow up. And that's going to allow him to play his defensive cards because blue is a very good complementary color to have in your deck because most of the good defensive cards in the game are blue. You have Sensor Beam, you have Dimension Magic. If you're playing a blue leader, you can play Unyielding Spirit Trunk, which allows you to untap your energies and continue facilitating your plays, which is not, it's a very, very good way of, extending your game within the same turn. So he's going to play Dragon Radar, which is going to give him 2 Dragon Balls, draw 2, and he's going to play another Dragon Ball, draw 1. So he should be at, if I'm not mistaken, 4 or 5 Dragon Balls in drop at this point. He's going to swing Gohan into Oolong. No counters. He's going to play the Sensor Beam going up to 20k, and I'm just going to take that. That's fine. Not a problem. He's going to search for his life again for a Dragon Ball, activating the leader's auto ability to add a Dragon Ball from life to hand. He's just shuffling your life pile here at this point. I can't really see how much he's at. It looks like he might be at 5 life. Let's see. I'll set it up for him. He's at 6 life, which isn't bad. He's just going to search the deck for a Dragon Ball because I'm sure he felt defined from the life at that point. So that's what I'm saying. You search your life, you reshuffle everything up, kind of just get the knowledge of what's there, and you just go right into your deck to grab the Dragon Balls. So he's going to grab the Dragon Balls. Obviously, you're going to play it because you have to play it. You just snap play that Dragon Ball. Draw a card. He's already attacked for this turn, but he does have two energies up, a blue and a yellow, so he can further extend into his plays here. Let's see what he decides to do with this energy. Blue leaders are always going to be very strong because of the untap ability. That's what they do. He's going to tap a yellow to play a Bardock Progenitor, take a life going down to 5, adding another card from life to hand, and we're going to swing at my leader, 10k to 10k. It doesn't look like I'm going to counter, so don't believe there's any counters at this point. It goes to the offensive combo step. Let's see what he decides to do. I'm just going to take that damage, go down to 5. He's going to swap into Goten. We're even at life total here. I don't mind taking damage if it's going to put me either even or higher to my opponent's life total. He is going to play that next Dragon Ball there to go and draw a card and give him, I believe, 6 in the drop area at this point. So he just probably needs one more Dragon Ball. He has the Goten on board, so he'll be able to look at the top 3 again after he attacks, which is exactly what he's going to do. I mean, Goten's on board, you attack, is what you do. So you swing top 3, he's going to add 1 and put the 2 at the bottom of the deck. So he's going to add 1. Again, the misplay shuffle. If you guys in the comment section below are gonna, they're gonna crucify me for all that, but it is what it is. Like I said, casual game between 2 teammates. He's gonna combo that unyielding on the Goten, untapping the yellow, giving him 2 actives. I'm gonna take it, go down to 4. He's gonna wish because he's got 7 Dragon Balls in his drop area, and he also gets to add a desire card because he met his wish condition. So let's see if he decides to add 1. There is no desire target in his drop area, so it's a free wish going up to 5k, so it's giving him 15 base. Let's see if he decides to extend his plays. I mean, again, he still has 2 active energies. He can play a desire card for free, restand his leader. He's going to play a Successor of Hope here, search for either Bardock or Grandpa Gohan, which at this point, you probably want to search for Grandpa Gohan, so you don't have to keep killing yourself. It's exactly what you want to do. You want to be able to facilitate your swap plays without taking damage. Bardock is very good in the early game, but Grandpa Gohan comes in towards the late game and allows you to still swap in your Gotens for free without putting yourself down at a lethal life total, which is going to be very important in this format. Very, very important in this format, because Wish leaders are going to want to take as little damage as possible. So he's going to play the Monaka, giving his leader double strike for the rest of the turn, tapping a blue energy. So he's at 15k double strike for the rest of the turn, but he is in rest mode, so let's see if he decides to restand him so he can utilize that double strike. He's just going to pass turn. He's just using the Monaka to draw. So I'm going to draw for turn, untap, see what I charge here. I'm sitting at 1 red and 1 blue energy. And just the decision to charge a red Kaba. So we got 2 red energies, 1 blue energy. And let's see how our turn sequences out. We're still not in wish range, I don't think. I still think we're missing a few Dragon Balls. I believe we might have 5, maybe 6 Dragon Balls in the drop area, so we could be 1 or 2 short. But it is going to be important to kind of try to keep up with my opponent because he's already on his wish side. So he's going to be already attacking me for an extra 5k every turn, which is going to be tough. It's going to get annoying very quickly. So we're going to have to just try to turbo out some Dragon Balls here. So we have the energy to do so. We could play a couple Mai's. We get the Dragon Ball off the search for Gohan. So let's see. Sequencing in this game is very important, how you sequence your turns. You have to take advantage of the fact that there are no phases in this game. So you want to make sure that you sequence your turns properly. So we're going to tap 2 reds here, making sure we have the Desire card in the drop area to play our Oolong and draw 2 cards. Great card. I mean, it's a 15k body that draws you 2 cards. It's great. So we're going to attack here, look through deck for a Dragon Ball. He's going to Nimbus, which is fine, because we're still going to get the search off anyway. He's going to discard a Bardock, saying I can only attack with 1 more battle card for the rest of the turn, which is fine because I only have 1 on board. So I'll just gladly attack into the Goten with the Oolong. It's not a problem. But we were able to add a Dragon Ball to our hand, which is going to help facilitate our wish. We're going to play the Dragon Ball, draw a card. So we should have, if not all 7, we should have at least 6 Dragon Balls in the drop area at this point. And we're going to go Oolong into Goten. See if Nick decides to counter. Nope. We're going to play a Sensu Bean here to untap the red energy, giving Oolong a total of 20,000 power into the Goten. Let's see if he decides to combo and save it. He does. He's going to go up to, looks like 25. We're going to play the Mai to search a Dragon Ball from the deck. And that should give us our last one, if I'm not mistaken. He did activate Nimbus, so we can't really attack anymore for the remainder of the turn. But we could still play Dragon Balls, draw cards, and awaken. So we're going to play the Dragon Ball to draw a card. We have 1 blue energy open. We're going to activate Wish, add a Desire from the drop area to the hand. So we've chosen the Oolong Desire card. Oh, wait. Yep. Oolong was added to the hand, which I believe it's called Oolong's Wish, if I'm not mistaken. It's the 1-drop red Desire card. So, activate the leader's ability to play the Wish for free, minus the Goten 5k, and I try to go to attack with my Mai, and then Nick reminds me, no, dude, hold up, I Nimbused. So, you're not attacking with that Mai. So it's okay, though. We're just going to pass turn. We were still able to draw a card off of the Wish, off of the Desire card. I keep calling them Wish cards. I don't know why. But we were able to draw a card off of Desire, so we just passed turn with a 5k on board for combo. And as you can see by the energy total, this is just the 3rd energy that he's charging. So it's really early on in the game, and so much already has been done. That's the power of these types of decks. You know, these aggressive combo decks that just draw through and filter just so efficiently. It's insane. So he's going to charge a blue. He's going to charge the Desire card, giving him 2 blue and 1 yellow total energy. And let's see how he sequences this turn out. He's going to go Goten. Goten into leader. I'm not going to counter, I don't think, at this point. He's going to look at the top 3. I am sitting at 4 life. He's sitting at 5, so we're pretty good totals here. And there he goes. That's the right way to do it, man. You don't shuffle after the Goten. They just go at the bottom of the deck. You add 1, 2 to the bottom. So after 45 minutes of gameplay, we finally got it right. I do apologize for all that, but like I said, sometimes things go unnoticed. It was round 3 of a long tournament. You know, for a local, it was pretty long. Shout out again to Level 1 Games. They put a good tournament together weekly, Tuesday nights, 7 p.m. If you guys are in the northern Jersey area, check them out. Level 1 Games, Pompton Plains, New Jersey. I'm there every Tuesday. So let's get back into the game here. So it looks like Goten was a free swing into leader, no combo. He's going to just hard cast another Goten here. You digging? What are you digging for, my mans? What are you digging for? Goten into leader, top 3, add 1, 2 to the bottom. What could he possibly be digging for? I'm sitting at 4 life. He's going to combo the Unyielding into the Goten to untap a blue energy, giving him 15k power. He's going to play a Senzu Bean to untap further. So that gives him a yellow energy and a blue energy inactive and a 20k Goten swing. But what is he possibly digging for at this point? So I'm going to super combo going up to 25 and survive. Because it's fine. You know, you use 2 cards to try to put in damage with Goten and you save yourself by playing 1. And you replace it because it's a super combo. So these are the types of equations you have to do in the game of Dragon Ball. Hand advantage is key. Out-advantaging your opponent in resources is key. It's always been the name of the game. So if you can maintain resource and just have more cards in your hand than your opponent, you're going to put yourself in a good spot to win. So he's going to play Dragon Radar, essentially just putting 2 Dragon Balls in his hand, giving him a free draw 2, which is totally fine. But I just still, at this point, do not understand what he's digging for. We'll see. Leader into leader, 15k to 15k. I'm going to activate Dimension Magic, untap a red energy. Because Dimension Magic, it's a counter, almost like Whis Coercion, but instead of untapping 1 energy, you untap 2. So I just leave the blue open and untap the 1 energy because I have to play the 1 blue to play the card and then untap 2. So essentially I would just have a blue and a red untapped. The other thing is Sparking 5. If you have 5 cards in your drop area, you can play it for free by taking a life, which would just essentially just give you an untap 2. So it looks like he's going to play another Dragon Radar to draw 2 more cards. I just really don't understand at this point what he's digging for. I'm not in lethal. I'm sitting at 4 life. But he's just going to pass. I'm going to draw. I do apologize for the glare. So just to reset the board, I have my leader, which is a Wish Gohan, and a Mai on board. And Nick has his leader, which is also a Wish Gohan. Again, I do apologize for the glare. I know that could be super annoying, just staring at it for almost an hour at this point. But we're going to power through, guys. We're almost there. We're almost there. Game 2, a riveting matchup. Gohan Wish, red-blue versus Gohan Wish, blue-yellow. Did I charge yet? Nope. So I got 1 blue active, 2 red actives. What's taking me so long to charge? I mean, at this point, I should be able to snap charge. Yeah, come on. Speed it up, man. We're going to charge that Kaba, giving us a total of 3 red energy, which is fine at this point. Because Kaba is a good card to swing for late game, but you do, at the expense of a life, have to play it. So we're going to tap the 1 red energy here to play a Dragon Ball, essentially giving us a draw 2 because I have 7 in the drop area. So instead of just doing the whole rigmarole of taking the cards, putting them in hand, and placing them in drop, we're just going to make a shortcut to just play the Dragon Radar and draw 2 cards. I really don't think there's a way of negating an extra card, so it's pretty much going to be a solid play every time you do it. Attack leader into, I believe, leader. Let's see if he decides to counter anything. No counters. Going to play the Unyielding to untap the red. Tap the red to play. Is E Supreme Cut coming down? Yep. Double strike. So I'm at 15, 25, 30 double strike to his leader. He's sitting at 5 life. I'm sitting at 4. Do I further combo into this attack? Nope. So it's just 30k double strike to leader. He's going to super combo, draw going to 25. He needs 10k more. Another super combo, draw. That's not a problem. So he survives that attack. Staying at 5 life total, and I'm at 4. So we're in pretty close range to each other. This is a late game for these 2 decks. You're sitting at 4 energy on one board and 3 on the other. So this is towards the later game at this point. But he does have 5 life left, so we just have to make sure that we play strategically because we don't want to overextend. So we're going to activate the leader's ability to play the desire card for free, which allows us to restand our leader. We're going to attack again, 15k into 15k. Let's see if he decides to counter. Are you going to counter this attack, Nick? Nope. So we're going to tap a red here to play another double strike. So it's 25k double strike, super combo, 35k double strike, draw a card. And we're sitting at 35k double strike to try to bring our opponent down from 5 to 3. Because that's what we want to do. We want to force him to take 2 damage. Boom. So that's exactly what we did. So he negated the first one. He managed to combo out of the first one, so he wasted cards doing so. And then those cards that he essentially used to try to survive an attack, we just put right back in his hand. But he's in a closer, much more manageable, lethal range with 3 life. So we'll be able to just, if we sequence this properly, we should be able to pull out the W here at this point. I'm sitting at 4 life, so I do have a higher life total. So we're going to go Oolong into Goten. Let's see if he decides to counter. Any counters, my friend? Any counters? Going once, going twice. Super combo to save. So 15 to 20, he saves. I'm not going to combo into that Oolong. I'm not going to waste a card. Tap 1 to play Oolong's Desire, making that Goten minus 5k, draw a card. So we're going to go Mai into Goten, 5k to 5k, and he's just going to kill it at this point. I mean, unless you decide to save it. If you want to just keep digging, I really don't know what it is he's going to be digging for, because pretty much your setup is done. You're already on the wish side, so it's just 5k to 5k. No combo. He's going to just kill that Goten, and I'm just going to pass turn. So I still have the 1 blue up. You always want to try to keep a blue energy up, especially if you're playing a blue package in your deck for defensive purposes. It is a little easier now to get away with set 5 because of those free counters, but you know, it just feels better having something up. So he's going to attack me with Goten, top 3, add 1. 2 at the bottom. Boom. Boom. 10k into 15k. Let's see if he decides to combo up into that. Oh, there he goes shuffling again. So we got it right the one time, and then we went right back to reverting back to the old shuffling ways. It looks like the deck is running kind of thin on cards there. So I really don't know how much more digging he could possibly afford to do. So he's gonna go 10k. It's just a free dig, a free scry. He's not gonna combo into that Goten. He's gonna play a Dragon Radar to draw 2. What can he possibly? What are you digging for, dude? You have 3 cards left in deck. I really don't understand what you could be digging for at this point. So one thing about Storm is if you can survive it, you know, if you can survive the Storm early, they really can't put pressure on you late game because they don't really have big battle cards. It's just a lot of early pressure. I guess he's just looking for something in particular. He plays the Manaka, giving his leader double strike, draws another card, putting his deck total down to 2. And I'm just going to play the Dimension Magic and negate. He's going to activate his Bad Ring, discarding a Nimbus to negate my Dimension Magic, which is totally fine. He's going to play the Unyielding to untap an energy, play a Senzu Bean to untap another energy, 2 Senzu Beans, so he's right back up at 4 energy. So that was a great play because it's 15, 25, 35, 40 double strike at this point, and he negated my Dimension Magic. So as soon as he's done with his combo step, you're going to see me correct my energy, because how Bad Ring works is you still have to pay cost for the activation of the card. So I have to essentially tap my 1 blue energy so I can, you know, activate it, and then you Bad Ring in response. So I should be tapped out at this point. He's going to activate the ultimate skill of his leader, banishing the 7 Dragon Balls to untap 3 energy. Yeah, you see? Correct. Actually, yeah. So, negate, snap negate, untap 2. And that's it. That's the game. He was just trying to push for damage there. Hoping I didn't have the other negate, but I did. So thank you guys so much for watching. I know it's been a long video, but if you stayed till the end, you're the MVP. We'll see you next time. Be there or be squared.